Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel where we make legal topics easy to understand. If you're a business, you probably dealt with customer complaints at some point. Today, we are going to cover how you should respond to written customer complaints, whether they are sent via email or by post. We'll also discuss the importance of verifying the facts, the legal issues you need to be aware of, and any applicable laws or regulations here in Singapore. The first thing to understand is that every customer complaint is an opportunity. Yes, you heard that right. It's an opportunity to address any legitimate issues and to show your customers that you care about their experience. When responding to a written complaint, there are a few steps you should always follow. First, start by acknowledging receipt of the complaint. A quick acknowledgement like, we have received your complaint and take such matters seriously, or we are looking into the matter and we'll get back to you shortly, shows the customer that you are responsive and that you value their feedback. Next, regardless of how unfounded or aggressive the complaint may seem, always maintain a professional tone. Avoid blaming the customer or being defensive. Instead, show empathy. Phrases like, we understand your frustration, or we are sorry to hear about your experience, can help set a positive tone. Let the customer know that they can expect a detailed response. This gives you time to investigate the complaint thoroughly. Now, before you even think about crafting a detailed response, you need to verify the facts. First, talk to any employees who are directly involved in the situation. Get their side of the story and any relevant details they can provide. Employees may have insights that were not apparent to the customer. If the complaint pertains to a specific incident that occurred at your premises, check CCTV footage. This can be particularly helpful for disputes involving alleged misconduct, theft, or accidents. Keep in mind that CCTV footage should be reviewed within the data retention period, usually 30 or 60 days, to avoid losing critical evidence. You should also verify any transactions, receipts, or service records related to the complaint. This can help you confirm whether there was indeed an error or service issue. By verifying these facts, you can make an informed decision about how to respond and whether any remedies should be offered. Now let's talk about some legal considerations you need to keep in mind when responding to customer complaints. First, when responding to a customer complaint, be cautious not to admit fault or liability. An admission of liability, even if unintentional, can be used against your business in potential legal proceedings. Stick to phrases like, we are investigating the matter, rather than, we are at fault, sorry. Secondly, be careful not to make any statements that could be seen as defamatory, especially if you plan to respond publicly, such as an online review platform, Google Reviews, TripAdvisor, or whatever. Avoid using accusatory language or making statements about the customer's character. Third point to note, in Singapore, the Consumer Protection Fair Trading Act is the main legislation that protects consumers from unfair practices. If a complaint involves claims about defective products or misleading representations, be aware of your obligations under this Act. Make sure that any offers of compensation, repair, or replacement comply with your legal duties. If you need to disclose any personal data to resolve the complaint, ensure compliance with the Personal Data Protection Act. Do not share the customer's personal information with third parties without the customer's consent. Finally, maintain a record of all correspondence related to the complaint. This includes emails, letters, and any notes from phone conversations. Having a detailed record can be helpful in case the matter escalates to legal proceedings. Let's talk about some specific laws, regulations, and codes that may be relevant when handling customer complaints in Singapore. Number 1, the Consumer Protection Fair Trading Act. This act protects consumers from unfair practices such as false claims about products or services. Businesses have a duty to ensure that their practices are fair and transparent. Number 2, the Personal Data Protection Act. Under the PDPA, businesses must ensure the confidentiality of personal data. When handling complaints, make sure you don't accidentally share personal information without the customer's consent. Now, while there is no specific statutory requirement for handling customer complaints in Singapore, previous cases have demonstrated the importance of fair dealing and good customer service. Courts often consider the reasonableness of a business's response when adjudicating disputes. Finally, note that certain industries may have their own codes of conduct for handling complaints. For example, the financial services sector has specific complaint management requirements under the Monetary Authority of Singapore's guidelines. To conclude, responding to customer complaints isn't just about damage control. It's about turning a potentially negative experience into a positive one. When you handle customer complaints professionally, you demonstrate your business's commitment to customer service and legal compliance. However, it's essential to remember that not all complaints are genuine or reasonable. So while you should always aim to resolve legitimate issues, you should also be prepared to defend your business against unfounded claims. Knowing when to seek legal advice is crucial, especially if the complaint involves legal threats or potential defamation. In some cases, offering a goodwill gesture such as a discount or complimentary service can resolve the issue without admitting liability. This can go a long way in maintaining customer loyalty and protecting your business reputation. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more legal tips. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.